Um, Hello, everybody. We are on day 7 of the Accepted Challenge. And like I promised, we have amazing students from the Passion Project Bootcamp. And they're super excited I hope that they're excited to be here. I just made that assumption. They're super excited to share with you guys, their experiences in the Accepted Challenge 4 months ago and what they've accomplished in the past 4 months and the shifts that they had, or maybe just they can talk about whatever they want. I really want this to be a chill, relaxing, fun interview and more of a conversation than I guess an interview. So let's just have fun with it and see where this all takes us. Before I introduce you guys to my amazing students, I'm going to first I'm going to first make sure that we are live. It's Sunday, so there should. Okay, I'll try to do this as quickly as possible. You guys want to say something while I'm setting this up?
I'm really cold.
You're really cold?
It's really cold right now. It's like...
Oh, yeah. You're in Canada, so I'm sure it's like cold. I live in like the desert of California, like where it's hot all the time, but today is actually cold. So yeah. All right, let me share this.
And it's kind of funny. My room is the one that doesn't have heat.
It doesn't have what?
It doesn't have heat during the winter.
Oh, it's gonna keep you awake for sure when you have to like study.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go ahead and I'll just do one more checking, guys. All right. Okay, so super excited to have these amazing ladies inside the Passion Project Bootcamp and to have an amazing conversation today. So I'll just have you guys kind of go around and do a little quick intro. You don't need to talk about everything. Just tell me, or tell everyone, what grade you're in and where you're located, or I don't know, anything interesting. So we'll just go and get started. Mina, you want to go first?
Yeah, so my name's Mina. I'm from Mukilteo, Washington, and I'm a junior this year.
Yeah.
I'm going to go next. So I am Erica, and I'm a very positive person, if you can't tell. I'm from Canada, Vancouver, and I go to a place called Little Flower Academy. It kind of sounds like a kindergarten place, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm in grade 10, which is sophomore, I believe.
Yes, sophomore. Awesome.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sonia, and I'm a junior from Michigan.
Yay. So we are, again, from all over the country. Sonia was actually participating in the Accepted Challenge with you guys. So you guys probably saw her name. Okay, let's go and get started. I have a few questions for you guys. And I want to always start off with the beginning phases of your college admission journey. And you guys all participated in the Accepted Challenge back in June. So before you actually started the Accepted Challenge, or before you started working on Passion Project Bootcamp, how were you guys feeling before then? I think we want to speak to the feeling and the emotion, because it's not like you don't know what SAT is or ACT is, right? You don't the technical details, but how are you feeling before you started this entire journey?
I think for me, I was really overwhelmed with all of the different things that everyone said I had to do, because they said I had to do community service, they said I had to get perfect SAT scores, perfect grades. I just felt very overwhelming to know that I had to do all of this just to have a chance to get in. And I think that what the 7-day acceptance challenge taught me was that you really just have to do what you're passionate about, and then that's what they'll see the most. Because even like perfect test scores and perfect grades are really easy to replicate, and so it's more important to stand out individually than try to like blend in with everyone else and like scores.
Yeah. What about it made you feel overwhelmed?
I think that everyone around me seemed to like have something that they had that stood out about them, and I just felt like I didn't have anything, which made me feel like I had to like do everything in order to stand out a little bit. And I think that was overwhelming. Like you think you have to do a sport even though you don't really want to do a sport, and like there's like no point in that. And I think that's what the challenge taught me.
Yeah, you don't have to be this well-rounded, perfect student because that doesn't exist, first of all, and they're not looking for a well-rounded student. Like when I was in high school, I was considering joining the tennis team. But I kid you not, if someone gives me a ball, like I don't know what to do with it, right? But I was like, for college, should I join a tennis team? So yeah, and you don't have to do sports if you don't want to. If you're not good at it, then you don't have to do it. Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Mina. Sonia, do you want to share with us how you were feeling before?
Yeah, so I really felt overwhelmed and like lost because I really didn't know exactly what to do, and my parents really didn't know anything about it either. So I was just trying to navigate the whole thing by myself, and like reading articles, watching videos, and nothing really gave me like a clear understanding or something, an answer that I wanted to find. So they're really like ambiguous and convoluted. So it was so daunting because it's supposed to determine your future. So like the idea of getting into college really excited me, but like the process was really scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like if you had questions about college admissions, like what did you do? You said you like went online to look for answers.
Yeah, I'll just like go online, look at videos, read articles, because like my parents really don't know anything about like college admission process, and they are willing to support me, but they really don't know anything much about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably where we resonated because I'm kind of the same, where my parents didn't know anything, so I would just kind of like do what everyone else was doing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks for sharing, Erica.
Right. I hope I don't break up because
Oh, you're
I'm famous for breaking up. Okay, so for me personally, I might just be the oddball out of like everybody in the boot camp. I'm a very free soul. I do whatever I want because I know I have the skills to survive. But I really wanted to go to a really good school because I thought that it would give me the freedom after I graduate. And so I felt kind of like I started realizing I wanted to go in grade 9. And so I felt kind of because um and so
Oh, Erica,
I
you
was
are breaking. You're right.
oh my god, I am breaking.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's hope this works. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can see you now. And then you're breaking again.
I'm literally famous for breaking during calls. Oh god, okay.
Okay. It's a little
Do
better.
you mind if I move to like my living room?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay, we'll come back to you, Erica, but you can move to your living room.
Yeah, because there's better Wi-Fi there.
Okay, perfect. So
Right.
while Erica is moving, um, if the audience has any questions about the boot camp, you guys can ask that, and then we'll pull that up, and then we can all collectively answer it together. So if you guys have any of that, we would most certainly be answering them for you. But let's talk about the Passion Project Bootcamp because that's why all of you are here. So I think it's easy to say like, oh, I can work on the Passion Project or this process alone. But what had you guys jump in and enroll in the bootcamp? I would love to learn more about that. I actually don't know the answer to this, so it'll be interesting. Mina, do you want to share?
Yeah. So I think that the main things that stood out about me was that you get to have like a community that helps support you because the Facebook group helps you a lot with like encouraging you and giving you advice. And then the program itself has a lot of resources like the college spotlight that tells you about each individual school, and then the resume template, and then also like there's just a ton of templates out there that help you, and that if you just like Google them on Google, then it will give you like resume templates and everything, but you don't really know if it's the right for you or if it's right for a student, and it's really hard to navigate Google. So having it all laid out with like the program is really helpful. So I think that's why I decided to do it because it really gives you like tells you exactly what you need to do instead of trying to have to like sift through Google and trying to see if it's right or wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Lassie is asking this question, which is I think what we're answering here, and Nina's saying that it was the Facebook group community, like basically you're not just doing this with a counselor and a mentor. And I know that like having a mentor is important, but at the end of the day, you guys connect with high school students. You guys want to collaborate on things together, and just like support each other. I think that's really important because in your own high school, that support is not there. Like I remember when I was in high school, like talking about college admissions with like your best friends or like close friends was really awkward because at the end of the day, you guys are direct competitors, right? So I think that support system is really nice too. Great. Sonia.
So I would say like after the Accept the Challenge back in June, I was like really excited to start my project, but and use that to make an impact what I wanted. But I realized that like I don't know if I can do this alone without any guidance. Like I think I need some support in this. So I talked to my parents about like how passion project will be like a standout factor and how the boot camp will like really help me increase my impact more and like expand my projects and kind of just like lead me in the right direction. So creating like a compelling passion project, and I think it's like one of the best investment like a high schooler can make. So my parents agreed. So yeah, and going to that part about like my favorite part about the boot camp, I would say like the videos are really like helpful and straightforward, and it helped me in a lot of ways. And like especially like the first video, it talks about mindset and then goes around to like SATs, like how to actually create the website, this professional outreach system, and everything like that. And I find that like really helpful, and the community is always very positive and uplifting also.
Yeah. What was your favorite lesson in the boot camp?
I don't know. There's so many. I would say like the first one actually, like all the other ones were also great, but the first one actually gave me like a starting point to go off of, and like having that mindset of like I can do this, and just going out from that. I think that was my favorite video.
Yeah. So like in the Passion Project Bootcamp modules, the very first lesson is mindset, and we talk about mindset so much in the Accept the Challenge, but it actually puts everything that you learned into practice, and so it also walks you through multiple exercises to get you into the right mindset. So yeah, I really love that lesson as well. Awesome. Erica, is your internet working? I think yours.
Is it working?
I think you're.
Voice breaking. This is really sad.
Can you maybe connect to like a LTE or hotspot? Do you have that as an option?
I do. Do you mind? Do you want to give me a sec? I can just.
Yeah. You can leave the room if you want, and then we'll do a solo Erica show later. Okay, so the next question I have is basically share with us your passion project. I mean, everyone's like commenting on the right. They're like, what is your passion project about? So let's go ahead and share that. Nina, you want to start?
Yeah, so I started a blog called Through a Glass Window that has students publish part of like their like social current events that they're interested in and like parts like connected history. So it helps like brings historical contexts to current events. and I want to be an East Asian study major. So I and like a lot of people write about Asian American issues, and so yeah, that's my goal.
Awesome. Yeah, and I think people would think with history, there's like, can you make something fun out of it? Can you make something impactful out of it? And that's exactly what you did. Awesome. Great. Oh, and if you want to share your website, go ahead and share that, and then you can kind of, you know, get some followers. You got to promote. You want to share your website name and everything?
Yeah, so it's on Weebly, and it's called throughaglasswindow.weebly.com.
Awesome. Oh, actually, another question I want to ask you is, how do you think this is creating a climax for your application?
Yeah, so I think that this helps weave together like how I want to connect current events with historic history, because like that's kind of intersection. And actually, I wanted to add that when you're reaching out to professors, it's really helpful because a lot of them commented on how they saw my blog and were really interested in it, and how they
Mm.
how I connect history with current events and like my narrative of like being an Asian American in like a predominantly white community. I think that's kind of like helps weave my story together of like connecting history with like current events.
Oh my gosh, we were just talking about that yesterday. How once you have your passion project and you reach out to professors using that, there's such a high chance of them saying yes to you or hopping on calls with you or wanting to connect with you because you're providing evidences for your passion, right? So, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Great. Sonia.
All right, so my academic interest is sociology, especially relating to race inequality, and my personal interest is ballet. So I made an organization called Stairway for Ballet that has the mission of eliminating racism and breaking stereotypes one step at a time in the ballet community. And if you want to follow my Instagram, it's at Stairway for Ballet. I have like a podcast where I talk about things such as lack of diversity, stereotypes on stage, and I also interview like student dancers and professional dancers about their experiences. And on my website, I have like petitions you can sign, videos you can watch to strengthen your body and make it more flexible, and blogs that you can read. And so I have like a podcast that is like every 2 weeks, so I alternate like podcast and video. And I also have this thing called STEP program, which provides free online ballet classes for children, especially for those who can't afford it. And actually, like this week, there was like a Google form that I give out in like website, and one of the parents commented like, "Oh, my daughter really loves ballet, but we can't afford it. So thank you so much for doing this." And that was just so motivating for me. And I don't know, it just almost made me cry because it was like my purpose, I guess, and my goal to allow children to experience ballet who can't. And I told you this earlier, really, in the call, but like this gives me like so much joy because it's something that I truly care about, and I'm learning so many things along the way.
Oh my gosh, that's really interesting. And Sonia has been a dancer, ballet dancer for a long time, and she basically created a passion project around what she's been seeing for the past few years and what she's experienced for the past few years. And we always want to think about a movie, right? So Sonia wasn't like, okay, let me just create a passion project so I can get accepted into college, but it has so much story behind it and a purpose and reason behind it. And if you were to share in your essay, Sonia, that like a parent contacted you and commented and all of that, and you've experienced like that sense of joy and impact, that in itself is already like a game changer for your application. Most people think you need to like help like thousands of people every day and like raise like thousands of dollars every day for donation, but it's making an impact like that that really truly resonates with your story and who you are. And after all, if you guys think about it, college admission officers are humans, right? They're not like robots. They have family at home. They've had insecurities when they were a kid, or they had issues when they were a kid, or maybe, I don't know, they have all of these things. And so when you approach college admissions process in that way, it'll beat every other applicant who's just trying to stand out for the sake of it, right? So that's so awesome. Erica, are you back?
Yes, I think I'm okay now.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So
Okay, awesome. So, what do I just
Yeah.
tell you guys about my passion project?
Yeah, let's backtrack a little bit. Like, why
Okay.
you could have easily worked on your passion project alone, but you know, decided to enroll in the boot camp, right? So why did
Right.
you?
Why did I? So actually, I might be a little bit different from others because I actually get through things by myself really easily because I have this skill to survive. Like I learned it while I was young because my parents were super scared I was gonna die or something. So I actually thought that I did need this, but then while I'm here, I probably did need that. The thing that really inspired me to actually join was when Julie was like, "This is a self-investment." And I thought an investment between an investment and like simply buying, the difference between investment is that you actually get something back in long term and continuously. And so I really wanted that kind of like investment and not just buying. And I asked myself, do I want an investment or is this a kind of like a product that I'm buying? And I'm here. So I chose that it was an investment and I invested in myself. And so that's how I joined the Passion Project.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that's such a good point that you brought up because I think when I was in high school, I don't know if you guys all feel the same way, Erica, Sonia, and Lena, but I felt bad when I had to ask my parents for money. Like, do you guys feel that way?
Right.
That's so true. And I was like, oh, if I'm asking my parents, like, I want to go to SAT place, and it's like $2,000, I felt like I was being a bad daughter, or like I was asking them for money because like we weren't like super well off, right? And I felt like I was being a burden to my parents. But then later on, I learned that investing in myself is so important because if I don't invest in myself, then how will I ever grow? Like, how will I ever know what I don't know? Because clearly, that person over there knows how to get into Harvard, but I don't. So I want to invest in myself and my future so that, I'm learning something that I don't know. You know what I mean? And when I was doing the 70 challenge, someone was like, Julie, you're such a good marketer or something like that. And I take that as a compliment because if I'm trying to teach my students how to sell their story in their college admission process, but I don't know how to do that for myself, then that means I don't know how to teach my kids how to create a compelling story. And at the end of the day, when you communicate with your college admission officers, you are communicating and selling your story, right? There needs to be persuasion and argumentative elements in there, right? So I'm so glad that you brought up that investment part. But okay, awesome. And then another question that we went over, Erica, was actually Lassie was asking that question. Like, if you had to pick one thing that you benefited from the boot camp, what would it be?
I feel like definitely for sure the like making more friends. I don't have a lot of friends. That's kind of sad. But I did make a few friends like Lena. She is so nice in the group chat. And so that's definitely a plus. And also definitely like the videos that I watched, they were very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys are all talking about the community, which you guys find it so helpful. And then when we did the brainstorming session, like you guys all got to see everyone's face, so that was really fun too. Yeah, awesome. Do you guys have any questions for these amazing ladies? What would be a good question, you guys, that you guys want to answer? Oh, let me ask you guys a question. What did you guys want to know when you guys were in the accepted challenge and about to enroll in boot camp? Like, what were maybe you thought? Actually, I wish Julie answered that, or like that might be really helpful for potential students to know. What would it be? Or did I answer everything?
I guess like one thing is like I was kind of like in the verge of like, should I do it or not? And I want to say like it's totally worth it because you're actually investing in something that you're really passionate about and you really care about. So yeah, I would just say like starting the pageant project really changed a lot.
Aw. Yeah.
That what does it have besides like the templates and everything? And the modules themselves, I think that they have a lot of information in them because they have like specifics on like what you need to do as a student. I think that a lot of them on the internet focus a lot on like you like building a resume for like a job or something. But this one focuses a lot on like what you need for the basics that you can help build off on later. And so it's really a good foundation for like having everything you need just to start college. Like it has the SAT prep, college spotlight, the networking, and I think that all those components have subunits where they can teach you about the basics of those, and I think that's really helpful.
Right. So back then, before we had these interviews, I always questioned whether I would be supported, like as much as I am now. And I was like, because I am kind of pessimistic. And so sometimes I really need the support, like 100%. And so I was really dawdling between whether or not like I should join this because I really wanted the support. And I was wondering if I would get the amount of support I already got like now. So that was definitely something I really wanted to ask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like one of the things that I've noticed was we had the brainstorming session and then the review session, and I still wanted to enable you guys to ask me questions. Like I didn't want it to be over, so that's why we added 4 live Q&As so that you guys can continuously ask me for any questions or feedback or anything like that. So yeah. Someone is asking, how long did it take you guys to get your passion project up and running? Because I think people think it's going to take forever, but I mean, how long did it take you guys?
Well, I would say like it took like maybe a month to get my website up and running, and then I created my social medias like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I don't like not a lot of people are on Twitter, but I just made it just because. But yeah, it didn't take that much time, and like I had like my first blog and like my first podcast on when I first made it, so not that long.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So for me, I'm sorry, Mina, but I'm just gonna go.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So for me, I actually took quite like a long time because I mentioned before I was pessimistic and I was really scared of being judged. And at that time, the Facebook group chat was like kind of not that close. And so I didn't exactly feel really supported because my close friends, they have a personality that doesn't really welcome support. So I was okay. I was really scared. And then at like after my summer school during like August, I was like, okay, screw this. I'm just gonna do it and I'm gonna press publish. And now although it's a bit like underdeveloped, I still feel very proud because I got over my pessimistic self. And so yeah. Oh, right. Also, I didn't introduce my passion project. My passion project is called Kanata Community. It's KANATA .community on Instagram. And basically, it's just like a community that writes and talks about how the indigenous community around the world is being mistreated. And so if you're definitely interested in like anything around this, please join me. I'm kind of lonely right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and then once we have new students come into the boot camp, you guys will be also able to collaborate with them too. So you'll have a new rush of students and you guys can collaborate, feature each other and all that good stuff. Yeah, someone was asking me, will we be in the same community as like Anthony and Sonia and Nina and everyone? And yes, the answer is yes, that's the community you'll be at for sure. And I think it's also a sense of like, you want to surround yourself with people who you vibe with, like goal wise. So if I were to tell like my best friend, I was like, oh, I want to go into UMich one day, and then they're like, why do you want to do that? Then I probably don't really want to be friends with her because not like that simply, but you know, it's just I want to hang out with people who have big goals. And isn't that why you guys all want to go to Ivy League and top tier colleges? Because you want to meet people who are brave and courageous and like yeah, I'm going to do what it takes and change the world, right? That's not to say that state colleges don't do that, but I've actually been to like many different types of colleges. I've been to UCLA, USC, Harvard, and seriously, the energy is different. Like a big public school versus an Ivy League like Harvard, the way that they show up and carry themselves is like oh my gosh, like I need to step up my game. So it really pushed me. I think that was one benefit of just really testing out all the schools. Yeah, that wasn't my plan, but it happened. Okay, you guys. So last thing that we want to share is maybe for someone who is thinking about joining the boot camp and being with you guys, what would you tell them? I know we already said really good things about it, but from your heart, like what would you really tell them?
I would tell them that again, like she said, it's an investment, and you should take a leap of faith because I think that a lot of people they have a hump where they're afraid to get started because they think that it's not going to work or they're going to get judged. And I think that this really helps you have the mindset just to jump into it, do the professor outreach, get started on like your SATs and everything, and this helps you have the foundation to do that.
Mhm.
Great. So for me, I'd actually really like to tell you to please join. And on top of that, because our first batch, we were really formal with each other. So we're actually going to be hosting a Zoom call by ourselves with our members, and we're just going to get closer through that, and we're going to play Among Us. So if you like Among Us, come join us.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know about this.
I actually posted it in the group chat asking them to fill out like a little form about when they're available. So that's that. Yeah. I'm really excited.
Seriously, I tell Bridget, Bridget is our student manager. I tell her all the time, like, how does this group have so much, like you guys have so much energy and like appreciation for each other. Like, it's like you've gotten new friends, like outside of your own school and all over the world. But oh my gosh, I didn't know you guys were playing Among Us without like inviting me. But clearly, obviously, you guys don't want the adult in there. Yeah, I get it. Okay, Erica, good to know. Okay, Sonia.
I just gonna like echo whatever I said. Like I would definitely say if you're like ambitious and passionate, like high school student, you don't want to miss this opportunity because I think this project gave me like and it's still giving me so much joy and learning opportunities and even opportunities of like connecting or reconnected with so many amazing people. Whether it's like students in the boot camp or just like dancers. And I need to say like starting this whole thing was intimidating at first, but once you have your theme and your ideas and you just start, you can do whatever you want to do. And you just have to believe and trust in yourself because, and like, for me, like I learned like focus on yourself and stop comparing with yourself with others because they are them and you're you. And it's not going to do anything for you that's good. So.
You guys are so inspiring. Okay, thank you so much, Mina, Sonia, and Erica. I feel like Erica could go on and do like her whole like preaching thing, but thank you guys so much. I'm gonna stay on so you guys can exit and then we'll just take you out of the room. But thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the October live Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, Sonia, Mina. Bye. All right, you guys, that was so fun. It did not feel like an interview. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to walk you guys through the boot camp enrollment page so that you guys can ask me any questions you guys have. And we also added all the bonuses and everything onto the page. So I'm gonna answer any questions you guys have. I just want you guys to know that all of your questions will be answered. And the bootcamp is open for enrollment. And I'm so excited to welcome new students right now. And you guys will be with everyone else in the boot camp who is waiting for you guys or ready to collaborate with you. So it's going to be really, really, really fun. And once you register and enroll, please, you will get a little graphic card. And so please post that in the Facebook group or tag me in an Instagram story to let me know that you registered. Okay, so please let me know, and I want to welcome you. I'm gonna try my best to send everyone a voice memo for those of you who send me those graphic cards on Instagram. So I'm going to Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen with you all, and let me know when you guys can see it. All right, can you guys see it? Let me just hide my face a little bit. Okay, so basically this is the bootcamp enrollment page, and you could go to juliekimconsulting.com/bootcamp. And everyone who is here in this accepted challenge, you guys will all move together into the bootcamp if you join the bootcamp. So it's not like you're not going to talk to them anymore, see them anymore, and you guys can really work with the correct system. I don't want you to do something and then have it not work and then waste all the time, right? So, okay, thank you so much, Fatima. All right, so this is the page, and you guys can kind of read through everything and, show your parents if you would like. And I wish I can let me get rid of my face for a second. Yeah, so you can read through it all, but what I wanted to talk about was the Passion Project Bootcamp itself. So this Passion Project system helped my students get accepted into Stanford, Princeton, University of Chicago, Harvard, Rice, UC Berkeley, Boston University, USC, University of Virginia, Columbia, UPenn, Georgia Tech, so many amazing schools. And these are some of the student testimonials here as well. Whatever we recorded with Mina and Sonia and Erica and Anthony and Phyllis yesterday, we will also upload it here as well later on. Okay. So typically the price for the Passion Project Bootcamp is $1,497. But for those of you participating in the Accepted Challenge this round, we are giving you a $500 coupon. It's called OCT 2020. And this coupon will expire on Thursday, 11:55 p.m. PST. Okay. And basically in the bootcamp, as soon as you enroll, you're going to get all of our lessons. So Unit 1, strategize your theme for your application. We already got kind of started on this, but this unit will take you through even a better system, more specific exercises. And then in Unit 2, you will get a lesson on how to brainstorm your passion project. And I also give you workbooks and worksheets that you can work on. Unit 3, I teach you how to build your website, how to, work on the About Me section. Basically, the reason why Sonia and everyone else was able to get their passion project up and running so quickly is because everything is laid out for you. There is no guesswork here, okay? And then Unit 4 is going to be about how to scale your passion project to get featured in newspapers and magazines and all of that. Unit 5, this is so popular, you guys. I'm going to teach you how to land research positions using Professor Outreach System, all the email templates, all the lessons, how to follow up with them. Everything is included here. Unit 6, I'm going to teach you guys how to network with your college admission officers. A lot of people don't do this, but this can make or break your application. So I also have an email template for it, how to reach out to college admission officers and all that good stuff. Unit 7, I'm going to give you the best strategies for test prep for SAT, ACT, SAT2, AP, all of that, okay? And at Unit 8, basically we have how to write your resume, how to fill out your application, how to get the best rec letter, all of that, okay? So that is basically the course of the Passion Project Bootcamp. Honestly, just with this, you can be at a really, really good place with your passion project. But as you know, for the Accepted Challenge students, we are giving 6 bonuses, right? We talked about this yesterday. The very first bonus is Passion Project Bootcamp, Passion Project brainstorming session via Zoom. And this is where in a Zoom call, I'll see your face, you'll see my face, and we'll brainstorm your passion project together. And the original value of something like this is $497. I'm giving it to you for free, and this will expire tomorrow. So if you really want to get this brainstorming session with me, I recommend that you register today or tomorrow, but obviously earlier the better, right? And then bonus 2 is Professor Outreach email review. So if you want to land research position, intern position, or whatnot, you can also go ahead and you're going to love this bonus because I will actually edit your email for you, okay? And then bonus number 3 is 4 live Q&A sessions. So we're going to have one in October, one in November, one in December, and then one in January. And these live calls, you can ask me any questions you have. Okay. And then bonus number 4, you'll be invited to the Facebook group for Passion Project Bootcamp students only. Okay. Rama says there are 7 videos. Every video is about 1 hour. Every video is not 1 hour. It's about 10 to 15 minutes. And then you're going to get the $500 discount code. And then College Spotlight, which today the students talked about a lot. And basically, it walks you through what colleges are looking for in your application. So we have one for Harvard, we have one for Stanford, we have one for MIT, and about 10 to 12, I believe. Okay. All right, you guys. So I want to make sure that I get all of your, and then there are obviously, we have so many testimonials. I don't even know if we could fit all of them in here, but anyway, we have a lot of testimonials. And yeah, so any questions? Any questions about, so some of you guys are asking me how many videos are there? I don't think the quantity of videos matter. It's about, will you get me the results that I'm looking for, right? Actually, let me see if I can show you guys what it looks like in the bootcamp. So let me go ahead and show you guys the inside of it. Okay, can you guys see my face now? Okay, so Alina, the payment plan will start on Wednesday. Yeah, you guys will get an email about that. Yep, Mara says we get bonuses if we enroll in the boot camp. Yes, that's right. That's right. Let me actually put in the boot camp for now. Any other questions? Let me hide this. Okay, any questions? Darby says, can you purchase the College Spotlight alone? College Spotlight alone is $1,997. So we're giving this to you for free with everything else. So I don't know why you would want to purchase that separately. Mira, what was your question? Gina says, how do the Q&As work? So basically, inside our Facebook group, you guys are going to ask me questions about your passion project and about anything that's related to college admissions, really, and I'll go ahead and answer them for you. The best part about being in a group program, you guys, is that maybe you never thought about a question that's really important, but someone else brings it up, so you can also learn from their questions as well. So that's really a huge, huge benefit. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of questions about payment options. We never had payment options, but this is our first time offering that. And the payment option will start on Wednesday, but it'll be a little bit higher than $997 in total. There's like a little additional fee for the payment plan. So obviously the best way to save money and to get everything that you need is to use a $500 coupon and then pay $997. Yeah, Darby. So what I also love doing is if you enrolled, I know we have students enrolled in the bootcamp right now. If you enrolled and you are enrolling now, let me know in the comments. I would love to welcome you. I don't take this lightly. Every student, I was thinking about this yesterday because obviously yesterday was Saturday, and I went to LA to visit my parents, and I just thought about how, you know, I want to support you guys because it's a support that I never got when I was young. And the reason why we added 4 live Q&As is because I want you to know that I will be there. And that's the whole point of adding a lot of accountability as well. Hannah says, is there challenges in November, December? So this is going to be our last challenge of the year. Yeah. Alina, I believe the payment plan is 2 payments of $697. Yeah, so it's a little bit more than, the $997, but it's a fee that comes with the payment plan. Andrea says, can you talk more about how this compares to your other courses, Ivy League Formula and Concord College Admissions? Yes, so let's go ahead and do that right now. So the first program that I would like all of you to enroll in is the Passion Project Bootcamp, because it'll set the foundations for you. And if you want more accountability and you're like, okay, I want to talk to Julie every single month, I want to ask her questions every single day. If that is the case for you, then we also have a membership. But don't worry about the membership right now, because all of you guys are just starting out. So you can start at Bootcamp, okay? And then Ivy League Formula is basically a 6-month program where we see each other twice a month via Zoom. And this one is more high-level program. So Ivy League Formula program is great for those who maybe already have an idea or they want a lot of accountability. And Ivy League Formula investment is not $997, it's a lot more. And the Ivy League Formula is really, we open it like 2 to 3 times a year, and it is closed until the end of the year. Yeah. So yeah, just to make things easier for you, because we do have quite of other programs out there, the best program to start is a Passion Project Bootcamp. And if you feel like you need more support, you can do membership, but most of our students are in the Passion Project Bootcamp. And because I'm adding 4 live Q&As, that will be more than enough, because every Q&A we're gonna focus on one step of the Passion Project. Yeah. Does that make sense? Happy birthday, Isaac. Woohoo. Isaac, aren't you in my boot camp already? Your name sounds familiar. Yeah, Mita says, which program do you feel is best? Right now, for all of you guys, will be the Passion Project Bootcamp, because you guys all know each other now. There's a lot of, community built in here already. Grace is asking, do you have a success rate or a percentage of students who got accepted into top colleges? Yes. So my students typically apply to 5 Ivy League and top tier colleges, and they apply to 10 to 15 in total, but we help with the first 5. Not in this program, but when it's time for them to apply. And my students for class of 2020, they all got accepted into at least one of their top 5 schools. Right, so we have students who got accepted into UChicago and Stanford. So out of the 5, he got into 2. And obviously, if you get into one of your top 5 schools, then everywhere else down that list, you get accepted into, unless there's like a hiccup or whatever. But most of the time, it happens. I've had students get accepted into out of the top 5. She got accepted into UPenn, Stanford, University of Chicago. So that was that. She also got into. Did I say UPenn already? Yeah, she did. Oh, she also got into Princeton as well. I had students getting accepted to UC Berkeley and USC. So for her top 5, there was USC and UMich, and she got accepted into 2 of them. Again, USC and UC Berkeley we had. So at least 1. Yeah. And I had a student, I want to share this example with you. One of my students, she's from Virginia, and she didn't have the best stats, and that's why she first came to me. And she had a few B's and 1 C, and then her SAT score was okay, but GPA was kind of like not there. So we helped her create a passion project and use that passion project to compensate for that GPA, and she got into UVA. And it was like her dream school. Yeah. So once you guys register for the boot camp, we will send you guys all the details. Yeah. Yeah, today is a catch-up day, you guys. Fatima, I love it. Fatima says, I'm going to be one of your students and I'm going to go into Harvard, just putting it out there. Oh, did you guys notice my Harvard shirt? Alina says, do I have to pay right after I enroll? So for you to enroll, you would be taken to a checkout page. And then once you do that, you will get access to all the Passion Project Bootcamp and the welcome email. Yeah, so I wanted to kind of wrap this up and, oh, this is totally not right. So she's asking, is this course pretty much at your own pace? So you get all the lessons, all the modules, but I'm going to walk you through that process every month. So October, November, December, and January. And you're getting the brainstorming session and professor outreach email session. So while it works really well on its own too, I'm adding a lot of accountability in there. Yeah. Any other questions? Oh, I'm gonna miss you so much too, Sophia. Are you guys all crying? Is this like a group hug time? All right, you guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap it up, and hopefully, for those of you who joined the bootcamp, for those of you who will join the bootcamp, I can't wait to support you in the next 4 months. I can't wait to continue this. Like, you've come so far in the 7 days. Imagine how much more of a progress you can make in the next next 4 months with the actual system. Like what I shared with you guys in the past 7 days, I didn't even share the technical details of the Passion Project Bootcamp, and you guys were able to get so much done. And the most important thing is you guys believing in yourselves, right? So once you register, you will get a little card. It's like a I just joined card. So once you register and you join, please share that card with me and post it inside the Facebook group, or tag me in the Instagram story so that I can go ahead and give you a voice memo and welcome you. And that is the end of the 7-day accepted challenge. It is my honor to host events like this and to support high school students and the future generation. And I also know that we all have the potential to do anything with our lives. And if someone told me this 10 years ago, I would have said, go away. But having lived through living with so much passion and setting big goals for myself, this life is awesome and amazing. And yeah, I think, looking back, I fulfilled so many of my dreams. And I want you to experience that too. There are so many people, adults in the world, in this planet, in this country, where they're getting paid they're not getting paid a lot of money. They absolutely hate their jobs. They feel like they didn't get anything done in their lives. And that all comes down to just not taking a risk and not believing in yourself and living in a place of fear. And if you just step outside of that, which I'm so motivated to help you with inside the boot camp, you will live a different life. And I said this on day one or something, I think, day one. And what I said was, like, when we are 50 years old, 60 years old, 70 years old, do you want to look back at this time and think, wow, I played so small, I lived in so much fear? Or do you want to say that was the starting point of my beautiful, awesome life? And we're going to continue that inside the boot camp. And this energy, we're going to move it right into the boot camp program. And I can't wait to support you even more. And yeah, you guys, I'll be back here in the following days to answer questions about the boot camp. And yeah, have a great rest of your weekend and Sunday. Bye, everyone.